Okay, so this is what a formula looks like. This is a basic sum formula. And so if you are adding two numbers together, then you're going to see that you have to have the equal sign and then the A2 column. So this would be this 300 plus the B2 column, which would be the 500, and that is going to be your total of 800. So remember that your total is going to display the results, but in your actual formula bar, it is going to display what you have added, multiplied, or subtracted, or divided. So that will show you the actual formula you used in that particular cell, but down here, it will actually just show the answer. Okay, so this is your formula bar. If you want to cancel that formula that you are trying to do, you can do so. If you hit the FX, that is going to insert a formula for you. And then the check mark, that is the enter button if you want that formula to go ahead. And then that is the actual formula bar that the formula goes into. So let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, so here I have, I'm just going to hit Control and then scroll my mouse button up so it makes it a little bit bigger so you can see it. Okay, so here I have like my new products and my estimated cells. Okay, if I wanted to add all of my products together, okay, I could do it. Remember I told you in the last session that there are several different ways that you can do one thing. So I'm going to show you each way. So every time that we start a formula and everything that we want to do with that formula, we always have to start it with an equal sign. Okay, so if I wanted to total this whole column, then I could do an equal sign and I could click on this one and then hit my plus button. Oops. Okay, and then click on this one and hit my plus button. The next one, hit my plus button. The next one, hit my plus button. And the next one. Okay, so after I have all of that entered, you will see up here in the formula bar that this is where it's all adding up. You will see that these are each individual colors, and so that is what is in my formula itself. In order for that formula to go ahead and trigger, then I would just hit enter, and that would be my total. So you'll see that when I come back to here, even though my total is in this particular cell, my formula is still up here in my box. So if I were to double click the cell, it would show me what is in my formula. Okay, so I'm going to delete this formula out, so I'm going to hit my cancel button. I'm just going to backspace it. So the other way that you can do this is if you hit your formula bar, it will actually come up with a set. And you can come in here, and if you're not sure what you want to do, you can type in a brief description. So if I type in a brief description and I say I want to add, okay, and then I hit go, then it will give me different ways that I can add. So I'm going to choose sum because that is how I'm going to start out my addition, okay. I do not want it in that particular box though. I want it in this one. Okay, so there's my sum, and I hit OK, and then it tells me what cells do I want. Okay, so what numbers do I want to add? I want to add B2 all the way down to B6. So the colon in the center of those is what's going to tell me what's going to be added from which number, which is B2, to which number, which is going to be B6. And so that is correct. That is what I am looking for. So I'm going to hit OK. I get the same total. Okay, so this formula looks a little bit different because I didn't have to sit there and go add and then click and then add and then click. Okay, so this one actually says equal sum B2 to B6. So that's how I know that that's going to be taken care of. Okay, let me show you a third way, especially with adding. It's pretty easy. You have auto sum over here. So if you are at the bottom of your column, you can easily hit auto sum. And it will add the B2 to the B6 all the way down, and you just hit enter in order to get that formula to be taken. Okay, so 3 different ways that you can do one thing on Excel, and that was just to add cells together. Okay, so that was a total. Okay, so let's go back. All right, so all of that being said, that's your enter button. If I wanted to hit that instead of the actual enter to activate the formula on there, then I could. You saw where the formula bar was and the formula that was in there, even though your total was down here.